Hello everybody, we are back with another TerraFirmaPunk episode. We're starting out with episode 7, with showing off some major progress. If y'all remember, we made a lot of technical progress in the last episode. We got these clockwork wings, which I didn't even actually show you guys, that, it was pretty grindy to actually go down this crazy rabbit hole and craft all of this ridiculous stuff. But we finally got there in the end and got these, and I figured out that we can actually make a steam-driven wing pack using these. So all we needed was some black steel, which this is kind of a lot of black steel. That's 32 ingots of black steel, but we have this electric jar from like a quest reward, a previous quest reward. And then we need this steam-powered jetpack, which we're so close to making it, guys. Oh, so close. So what we need is the reinforced steam canisters, and these are like the big style ones. So to make these, we need a thermionic fabricator and these little steam canisters, which I believe, again, take a thermionic fabricator to make. So in this episode, we're going down a crazy, crazy rabbit hole once again, but by the end of it, I want to get that steam-driven wing pack. But I had an epiphany, guys, that we had completely exhausted our space and usefulness of the forge building. So I went ahead and made a few changes, did a few minor upgrades, guys. Yeah, we totally revamped that thing, gave it a lot more space. Let's go and check it out. So up here we enclosed in the porch and kind of put some support structures in to make it the overhanging porch kind of makes sense, or the overhanging building, the roof covering rather, makes sense, seems supported and whatnot. All these chests, I'm going to be moving them and putting like my bed right here, because I think it's time for that building to go, guys. I'm going to rip that thing out at some point in the future, not right now. Then up here, I have actually made a room for all of these machines and, the RF power, that redstone flux power that we're going to be generating. We've got our Stirling engines and our rolling machine, but I need to set up a metal press in here as well so that we can get really rolling on some crazy stuff. And luckily for us, we already crafted all of the stuff necessary to make the metal press, so we'll just lay down all 4 of these, even though I think we only need 3. And then I want the conveyor belts running this way. Then we need 1 heavy engineering block right here, and I need to get a piston facing downwards right there, I believe. Oh man, that's gonna be hard. Let's see, can I get on this? There we go. That should work. Yep. I'll have to fill that in later. Now we need an engineer's hammer. So an engineer's hammer is 2 iron, 2 sticks, and 1 string. And then we can smack that, and oh man, we've got the metal press. Alright, let's snag one of these Stirling engines and see if we can get it to connect up top. There we go. Cool. And now we can just go ahead and throw our sticks back in there, and let's grab a lever and throw it right there. So anytime we want to use the metal press, we'll just hop a lever turn on the lever, and we can feed our materials in right there, and the output chest should be able to go right there. Now all we need to get are some metal press molds. Now, before we get into making a bunch of metal press molds and stuff like that, I do want to check out one thing, because we get these gems and stuff like that from mining. So if we take 2 basalt and then throw in those 6 gems, I believe that they can just be any kind, and 1 bookshelf, we get an enchanting table. Okay. Now, let's craft up some books. Alright, we got 10 bookshelves. I don't think that is quite enough, but I've got a spot designated right up here. I built this extra tower add-on so that we could put an enchantment table right in this spot here. That should leave us some room for our bookshelves to go around, so I guess we'll just start placing them in like so. And what is that? Oop, can't put that in. What does that take us to? 20 levels. I don't know how high this goes right now. We may be able to get a full 50 levels. This is so far back in the Minecraft updates. This is like a 2012 mod or something like that. And I just love it. I've been playing it more than any other Minecraft. So to start out with, let's get our rolling machine going on 4 of these plates here. We'll turn on our Stirling engine and get that going as well. Alright, so the first one that anybody should make, the first metal press mold that you should make is your plate mold. Yeah, this instantly reduces the cost of all of the future molds that we are going to make. And that is simply because I believe each one of these will now make a plate. Oh, can I not put that in? I guess I can't use a chest up there. Oh, and check it out, guys. We get tons of giants spawning in the area, and ever since I made one of these guns, I'm going to make a revolver in pretty soon, probably. But since we made one of these guns, man, I've just been taking giants out left and right, and we have so many of these giant picks. And they've got vein miner, and they are amazing, and I love them. And there we go. That is the last one, and it is now flowing on into our chest. Cool. We'll go ahead and shut that down. Well, I guess we could charge it up real quick. Let's take a look. It can charge up to 16,000 RF, so that'll be pretty cool if we can get a pretty full charge on this guy. The next mold I want to make is actually a gear mold, and to do that we need one of these copper gears, and oh man, I have to go and mine for some more copper pretty soon, because I think we actually need some to complete our recipe chain for today. So, we're probably going to have to go and do that, but real quick, oh, looks like this is finished. Once this starts changing colors, you really have to kill the power to it, otherwise it will overheat, and you'll have to break it and replace it. So let's take out 4 of those steel plates and make up this, oh boy, copper gear mold, or gear mold, sorry. Alright guys, so if we put something in there, it is displaying 30 levels right now. If we place another bookshelf, what happens? Still displaying 30 levels, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and enchant a full durability. Yeah, full durability giant's pick. Efficiency 4, unbreaking 3. That's what I like to see. That'll come in handy quite a bit. Very nice. We got 23 levels, so we'll hold out and maybe enchant a book or something like that for the next one. Alright, so these brass pistons here are really valuable, and we need a lot of them for some upcoming recipes. And there's 2 reliable ways to get them. Number 1 is farming these zombie pigmen. And number 2 is with this metal press. However, with the metal press, we're going to go ahead and make this mold real quick. But they are a little bit pricey. To make them in the metal press, you have to use these dense brass plates. In order to get those, you have to send them through the metal press with a plate mold. You have to send a double brass sheet through. So, yeah, not exactly the cheapest thing per se. We also have this shelf here to store all of our molds and whatever else we may want. Now, to get those brass double sheets, we can take these pipes and smash them down with a hammer to get a single brass sheet, and then heat them up on the anvil and weld them, or heat them up on the forge and then weld them together on the anvil, which we have a nice black steel anvil, by the way. The way that we got that was exploring far, far away and getting a hold of some of this stuff. It's called garnierite. I think is how you pronounce it, but it is nickel. And yeah, we use that. We mix nickel, black bronze, and steel, I believe, in order to get the weak steel ingots, and then we can weld those together with pig iron to get high carbon black steel, and then you work it down on an anvil to get the black steel ingots. There is a lot to this game. Now, without getting too far off track, the other thing that we can do with these brass pipes is take them, stick them in our forge here, light it up, and there we go. Once they heat up to bright red, we can pull them out, and they turn into brass double sheets. Oh, so handy. Alright, after a lot of crafting and a lot of setting up, we have a ton of machinery to show off. We got our new centrifuge, we got the squeezer. I put up the second rolling machine because if you make the rolling machine recipe has two different recipes, one with iron and one with steel. The one with steel actually gives you two of the rolling machines, and I figured at some point we'd get some pretty good power set up. So these are just two Stirling engines, but we've got it hooked up to a low voltage capacitor, which, you know, it's not too bad. That's just 3 pieces of iron, couple pieces of copper, treated wood, and redstone. But then we got this, some tin, copper, and then this thing. This was the really expensive part, but we actually made it a little cheaper because we found a big vein of nickel, so we were able to make dense nickel plates and then mash that with the coil mold to get this MLCC block. Once we did that, we got this low voltage capacitor which can hold 100,000 RF, which is pretty substantial. It's got all of our machines fully charged and they pretty much do their work really quickly. Then we have our thermionic fabricator right here, which we are going to be using to create our jetpack in just a moment. But first, we've also got this brick furnace here, and this thing is pretty awesome. We can use it to like craft our clay molds, our ingot molds and stuff like that. We can use it to smelt those really quickly, and like slime based rubber, we can place slime balls in there and smelt those up really fast. Really useful item. But to start things out, let's go ahead and strike up this carpenter. We're gonna go ahead and place in 3 gold, 6 redstone, and I think we need 1 bucket of water in there as well. Yeah, so there we go. Now that we've got everything in place, that will start crafting an intricate circuit board. And I've already crafted one of these already. Yeah, so once the machines start working, we just turn on our Stirling engines, and it allows them to start burning our sticks and producing RF power to recharge our low-voltage capacitor. And now, let's see, the carpenter. This thing should be done by now, and it is. We'll clear that out of its system. And now we can take our thermionic fabricator here, and that should craft us 4 of these emerald electron tubes. And we want 4 gold ones as well. Then if we open up this soldering iron, I don't even know where I got this thing. I think I got it from a quest reward. We can place that in, and I think I want to put 2 of the gold ones and 2 of the emerald ones. So by putting those in, what we're doing is essentially we've now integrated these sockets, and now that will double the speed, but it'll keep the power the same, because you can see that it's actually, I guess it'll decrease the power use, because we're only increasing the power use by 10, but we're decreasing it by 20. So pretty cool. Once we add 1 of these to the centrifuge, I think we can put it in. Yeah, cool. And then we should be able to put 1 in our squeezer as well. And that should be really nice. It'll add a lot of speed to our machinery there. Now let's start working on the jetpack. So let's put a couple pieces of sand in there while this thing's hot. And we will put 6 brass plates and 3 tin cans, just like that. And it should get us a steam canister. Now, I've already actually prepped another one of these right here, and we've got a reinforced one. So to make the reinforced steam canister, what we need to do is put all of this in the thermionic fabricator. So we need 6 steel for the plates, 4 steel for the gear, and 2 of these steam canisters, which I currently have. Alright, so we take our 2 reinforced canisters, our 2 steel plates, and 4 of these pipes, and we get a steam-powered jetpack. Alright, now we get to do the fun part. You would think that would be it, but no. I want to combine these with the clockwork wings, because I think with this, we'll end up taking fall damage. The thing about the clockwork wings that's so awesome, guys, check this out. You can just fall straight down and take 0 fall damage all the way down. Yeah, pretty awesome. And, like I said, you can also float just like Kirby, if you get the rhythm to it, at least. So in order to integrate these clockwork wings into our recipe, we need 32 Oh, geez, where did those go? These are expensive. All right. We need 32 of these black steel ingots. We need to then roll them up in the rolling machine, just like this. I'm going to split them in half since we got 2 rolling machines. We'll get them done a lot quicker that way. Turn on these Stirling engines. Oh, yeah. Look at it go. It doesn't even lose any power because this low-voltage capacitor's got so much RF storage in it. You can see it just dwindling, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so now we take this electric jar with gold-plated electrodes and surround it with those. We get a power core. So then we take the clockwork wings, the cast iron shafts, the power core, the steam-powered jetpack, industrial jute fiber, and 2 leather to get a steam-driven wing pack. Oh, man. Now, we have to get a canister, it looks like, additionally, so, yeah, we'll have to snag 3 of these, and I'll have to go and get some brass. Alright, guys, so I have finally figured out this new wing pack that we've got and how to use it and everything. It doesn't currently lift me up if we're over Y equals 200. Right now we're at 214 at the top floor of our building here in the machinery area. Yeah, and I figured out what we need to do is have these reinforced canisters. You can see I've already got one. And as long as we've got one of these filled, it will actually prevent us from taking any fall damage whatsoever. So we do that by sticking this guy in the bottler. The bottler we've got fed steam by we take a bucket and we've got a barrel right here and we just kind of spam our water into there. And it will actually burn up inside of here with the fire from the fuel box, or the firebox right here. It will get the steam, it'll pump it in through this copper pipe, and fill up our stuff. Now, I've actually got a second one here made so that we can have about 40 buckets of steam worth. So that'll be good for, like, I don't know, 5 to 10,000 blocks of exploring. Kind of a lot of travel, in my opinion. And these things are kind of expensive. They take 10 steel, a ton of bronze, and a ton of tin in order to make them actually this big. You know, we could use the 10 bucket ones, but, you know, what's the point in that? It doubles up on our inventory space and stuff. Go big or go home. So the next thing that I want to do in this episode involves our charcoal situation. I'm currently kind of limited with the speed of one coke oven, and then it gets a buildup of creosote oil. So we are going to take 14 copper ingots and our plate press, and we are going to go ahead and let these go through and be mashed out into plates. Let's start refilling our low voltage capacitor here. Yeah, we're running quite low on that after refilling everything with steam. But then we can head over to the thermionic fabricator, and we can place in 8 copper there, and I think we're going to need 2,000 millibuckets of liquid glass, so that should be 2 sand. Let's see if it pops anything up. Alright, I double-checked the recipe, and we need 4 millibuckets of sand per craft, so that should do us for 2 of them, like that. That's good for 4 tanks, and then you have to be sure to clear out this ghost table here, or it'll keep on applying a heat value to this and drain all of your power. And then we can take 6 copper plates and stick them back in there, and 2 liquid glass will get us 1 of these copper pipes. Oh, and I also realized we're going to need a wrench, and we're also going to need 5 hoppers, so let's get this going. So I have to take our iron sheets and heat them up on a forge right here. We're going to have to weld all of these into double sheets, and then we're going to have to go and run them through the hopper mold on our plate press back up there. Oh man, and I made a bunch more of these shelves because I found out a really cheaty thing about them. They actually, if we open this up, they hold their heat value just like inside of this this luggage guy that we've got. Yeah, so that is extremely useful. We've got all of these just sitting here burning hot so that I don't have to refine them at the moment, or I can save these because you have to use a weldable pig iron and weld it to a weak steel ingot in order to get a high carbon black steel. And we actually need a lot of black steel to move up to the red and blue steel metal tiers, which I want to do probably in the next episode. Alright, so heading on down here to the tree farm area, the big problem that I have with this is I can't really make a big harvest as I have nothing to really do with the wood. So with this, we are going to test out and see if this will work. I may have to actually dig down real quick. So let's see, if we connect a pipe here and then change that. Yes, it is starting to automatically take out all of this creosote oil. Now, big question, if we break it, keep it, alright, and then if I throw it in here, cool, we can do that. So I can just go ahead and fill these things up. Oh man, that is going to be so handy. Costs a little bit of copper to do that. Now, do they stack like this? They do. Oh man, that is great. This is going to be awesome. And once we can afford bigger tanks, man, there's a lot of creosote oil in here. But once we can afford bigger tanks, this will be even better because then we won't have to do this and change it out so often and stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we'll, actually, I guess we'll bust back down there and place in our hopper and chests, and we'll build up all of these other units here. Alright, so we just did a massive tree harvest, and we got all of our droppers, yeah, I think pretty much completely full. They are slowly trickling on in there, creating our creosote oil, and giving us a decent yield of charcoal as well. So this is really great. Passive charcoal for me, and I only have to come and harvest trees every once in a while and clean up the creosote oil every once in a while. Maybe make a few new tanks or empty it out. I've been, using it to treat willow wood, but now I'm done farming that stuff. It was for a quest reward. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this series is not really geared on the quest line or anything like that. I'm just kind of using it as a guide in order to know how to progress through the series, and then just kind of looking into stuff by kind of like typing it down here in this little search bar, you know. And I forgot to notice that we dropped substantially in levels in between some of the clips, and that is because I actually got up to 30 levels, and we did an enchantment, and got Lure 3. Oh, like the worst book you could possibly get out of a level 30 enchantment, in my opinion, but, you know, it is what it is. And with that, guys, I think that is going to about wrap it up. I hope you did enjoy the episode. We got a lot of technical progress done in the video today. Yeah, hopefully we will be going through and getting totally rich and progressing through the metal tiers in the next episode, as well as advancing further on some of the tech here. I want to get better energy and more passive energy, so I think my big goals for the next episode are to get a windmill and to get a medium voltage capacitor. So I think that thing will store like 1 million RF or something like that, so that will really help us with charging a lot of our electricity around here. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, leave me a comment, and if you're new, please do consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.